What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Ow, that one hurt again. Today, we have the very nice Aimpoint P2, Acro P2, aka the tactical toaster. This thing is a little beast. Two quick things before we get into the tactical toaster here. One, I want to quickly thank my friend Max. This is his light, gun, Optic, etc., etc. He let me borrow it for the review. He is a good young man, so thank you to Max. Second, the sponsor of the video. I forgot what the second thing was. Prime Armor is the sponsor of the video. Prime Armor makes level 3, level 4 plate carriers, some soft armor now. They make a bunch of good stuff. We just tested their level 4 plates the other day, and everything I have tested from Prime Armor has been very, very nice. There's a discount code and link down in the video description. If you want to pick anything up from them, that code will save you a few bucks. Alright, let's get into these enclosed optics. Now, before we talk about the specific features of this one, I want to talk about enclosed optics in general. So the advantage here is that the emitter is closed and nothing can get in there. Most red dots, like this Loophole Delta Point Pro, if something gets in there, dirt, mud, hell, even water, you could block that emitter, not see that red dot, or even just if it's water, like distort it. Excuse me, but that's not going to happen with something like this. Typically, enclosed red dots are going to be more durable than an open red dot. Typically, this is an Aimpoint, I wouldn't expect anything less. This one here has sacrificial lenses in the front and the back, so if the front and the back lens break, no big deal. You have those fake faux lenses to still protect the red dot, and you should still be able to see that red dot. Some folks say they don't like the way they look. I think they look awesome. The Swamp Fox, the Aimpoint Acro, I don't know. I like the way they look. I think they look cool. Some body types I have heard it's a little tough to conceal. If you care about printing, it's tough to conceal. I do not care about printing, but some people say that edge there, that would stick up on your shirt right there, would be a little harder to conceal. So, guess different body types. The way all of them work for the most part is they come with an accessory plate, and you screw that plate down to the slide. Once you have that plate on there, then the optic screws onto the plate. Kind of like Picatinny in a way. Like if you don't know how these work, just think about a Picatinny rail. You put an optic or a light on there, and then you tighten down they mount the adapter on the Picatinny rail. These are different dimensions, but the same concept is how it works. All right. Let's get into this specific dot. I have shot a lot of red dots in my days, and this one is really, really nice. It has a 3.5 MOA dot, and the dot is crisp, really clear. There's like very little to no distortion in the window here. Last weekend when we were at the range, there was dozens of red dots at the range, and I mean dozens. We had the Loophole, we had several Holosons, the Swamp Fox, RMRs, the Aimpoint, tons of them out there, and by far this was the clearest, the best looking, sharpest, least amount of distortion. Now I really like looking through enclosed optics, but that it's kind of like a little tunnel. So if you present and your presentation is not perfect and you don't quite see the dot, because of the tunnel, it kind of helps you know how you have to adjust. So if you're new to red dots, or if you're shooting like dynamically, like running, gunning, under vehicle, whatever, sometimes that presentation is not perfect, and the enclosed window there kind of helps me figure all that out. Alright, the controls here on the side. If you're right-handed, that'll be up against your body, which is good, so they won't accidentally get pressed. A very, very basic plus and minus to increase and decrease the brightness. Very, very simple. The minus will turn the red dot off, and either button will turn it back on. As far as your settings, you have 6 daytime settings and 4 night vision settings. Yes, I did test this under nods. We just started shooting under nods at my club, and I did test this under nods, and the dot is crispy, clean, looks very, very good. Also during the day, it's extremely bright. It looks very, very good. Battery CR2032. You have a side battery compartment here. The battery compartment kind of protects the buttons. It doesn't like cover them, but because it sticks out a little bit more, it'll be less likely for those buttons to get accidentally pressed. You have a 50,000 hour battery life, which is very, very respectable, especially because this does not have any like shake awake technology. This dot is always on, and you still get a 50,000 battery life on a medium setting. The previous version of this had a terrible battery life. The P1 was ridiculous. Like, people were getting a couple weeks or a month in some cases out of the battery, and that was that was very, very rough. But the new one is significantly better. Better battery life. Still a very clear window, and it's a side load compartment, so you don't have to take the red dot off of the pistol to replace that battery. Now your adjustments, excuse me, are 1 MOA adjustments. It comes with that little Aimpoint Torx wrench, but it's pretty much any Torx wrench you can use to make those adjustments, and the same thing on the screw on the side to screw it down, same thing. It is waterproof down to 115 feet, so you Navy SEALs out there, this is the red dot for you. Yeah, that's a ways way down. All right, you can take a look at the dimensions and the weight. Not too bad at 2.1 ounces for an enclosed red dot. I think that's pretty good. MSRP is $5.99, but let's talk about that for a second. These are extremely difficult to get still. So if you want one, I'll put a bunch of affiliate links down in the video description. And good luck. Hopefully somebody has those in stock. I don't think you're going to see it less than $5.99. Hopefully I can just find you one. Now, secondary, I've seen these go for $650, $700. People selling them for more than what the MSRP is because they're so hard to get. A little less of that now. It's a little bit better, but it's still not great. It's still tough to find. So testing. I could not do our normal testing on this red dot. I apologize. Again, this is my buddy Max's red dot, and I didn't want to do the destructive testing like I normally do on somebody else's red dot. That would not be cool. But Aimpoint makes some of the most durable red dots out there. There's plenty of videos out there of people doing destructive testing. Aaron Cowan, Sage Dynamics, is the king of pistol red dot reviews, and he did destructive testing on one of them. Several other people did as well, so I had no doubt this would survive my destructive testing. What my testing normally is 5 drops on the hood, rack the slide off of something using the optic, like off a piece of wood, piece of metal, a barrel, whatever you have. Rack it off something 100 times and then shoot a minimum of 500 rounds. I did shoot the 500 rounds, but I did not do the racking or the destructive testing. I figured that would not be nice. So first thing I did when I got it is dropped it in some water just to make sure it is waterproof, and I prayed that I didn't break my man Max's optic, and it was fine there, no issues. Then we brought it to the range. I put a bunch of rounds through it just to make sure this pistol was good to go. Started carrying it, carried it for several weeks. I don't love Glock, and I don't love carrying a gun with an X300 because that sticks way down low and it's not very comfortable when I sit down all day, but I love you guys and I carried it for you. As far as what we did at the range, we did mostly conceal carry type drills, drawing from the holster, tons of that. Lots of transitions. We did some reloads, of course. I did try to do as many drills as possible where you're really getting used to the optic. First picking that optic up and transitioning from one target to the next, and then shoot, reload, pick that target back up again, stuff like that. That's the best way, in my opinion, to test a red dot, to see what it's like, to see how easy it is to track. And I also shot it under nods a little bit as well, like I said a little while ago. So my pros. These things are bomb-proof. These tactical toasters are very, very durable. I think Aimpoint makes one of the best, most durable optics, red dots rather, on the market. The battery life is significantly improved over the P1. The P1 had an embarrassing battery life. This, at 50,000 hours, is much better. The dot is crispy, crispy, crispy. There's little to no distortion when you look through here at all. It looks good under nods. It's waterproof, and in my opinion, it's not the cheapest, but it's definitely overall the nicest enclosed optic on the market. As far as cons, like I said, it's not cheap. But if you want to get a very durable red dot that's not made in China, this is for an enclosed optic. This is going to be one of the only options. It's not made in the States, but it is not made in China. And if you have the disposable funds, I think it's worth every single dime. It is great for, especially for duty. Duty would be great. Concealed carry, sure, fine. Home defense, fine. But the enclosed optics is if you want something the most durable option out there, duty makes the most sense for something like this. All right. Thank you to my friend Max. I think that's all I had to go over with the red dot. I think it's simple as that. But thank you to Max for letting me borrow this again. I'll put some affiliate links down in the video description, and hopefully I can find you one in stock and maybe find you a good deal. Let me thank the sponsor of the video, Prime Armor. Again, plate carriers, nice armor. Discount code is Tiberious. Giddy up, giddy up. After this video, I am going to record another video comparing some of the enclosed optics I have. I have the Aimpoint P2, the Swamp Fox Kraken, the Holliston 509T. So if you want to see that video, it will be out roughly a week after this one. If you want to check it on my channel, that would be cool. We got some swag if you want to hook me up. Shirts, patches, if you think I'm cool, the link is down there. Most important, thank you guys for watching. It is greatly appreciated. Like, comment, subscribe, enable the bell notifications. If you think I'm cool and you want to do any of that stuff, that would be awesome. If not, have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Peace!